you in Orlando, I just had your team in here, and I'm pretty sure other than Jalen Suggs, your whole team is 6'7" and above.
And ready to gamble.
Very.
They were like, gotta go.
None of them are 21.
Positive outside.
They weren't going to gamble. They were going to do the kitty slots.
Yeah.
Because they're not all
Correction.
21 yet.
My bad.
Get off the carpet.
Edit.
But you and then JB is playing almost 3 7-footers, which is the complete different. Is that the new wave? Okay, so there's levels to this question for me. Number one, you are 2 young black coaches. Number 2, you have very young teams with very young black point guards who are like kind of tweeners, right? Like Darius Mobley. Yeah,
Garland.
Darius Garland. Sorry.
Just signed a big deal.
Can be moved. He's not just a point guard. He can be moved to the 2, as you saw when sometimes you played him with Ricky Rubio. Same with your guards. So the players that you have been given, especially as big as they are, how do you navigate that when everyone else is like, small ball is it, right? Small ball wins. How do you coach your team with these unique opportunities as young as you are, as like I would say as relatable as you are to your younger guys? If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And it's the word is courage.
Right.
Right? Like you got to have the courage to do something that everybody may say is not the right thing. But what we looked at is we had to get our best players on the floor. And our best players, happen to be 7 feet tall. Obviously with, Darius at the point guard spot. But like Kevin Love came into camp in great shape. So we were going to have to play Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Right? We signed Larry Markkinen. We were going to have to play Larry.
Right.
So it was, how do we get our guys who were playing the best basketball on the floor? And those were the guys. And for us, like, you look at it, we weren't going to win playing small like everybody else.
Right.
So it was either do what everybody else does and struggle, or have the courage to do something different and give yourself a chance.
Okay. So
Hang on,
No,
Jamahl.
no,
Go, Jamahl.
For us, it was we want the best decision makers.
Right.
And it happened to be that they were just bigger guards.
Right.
Markel, the guard decision maker, Cole decision maker, Jalen decision maker, Franz decision maker. You look at Now Paulo decision maker, Wendell Carter decision maker. How many guys can?
You just named a 6'7" lineup.
How
But that's-
do you
but that's
determine
crazy.
decision maker? Because
And-
I love
and
that
it-
term,
it-
but
it's-
as a fan, it probably means something different than as a
Well, and most people think, oh, hey, it's in the pick and roll. He can make the pass out of the pick and roll.
Right.
It's Franz Wagner knows when to cut. Wendell Carter knows when to get out on the break and go to the corner. Jalen Suggs knows when he needs to get off the ball quicker, or he can set us up in our offense. It's those things that you can look at these guys and they know how to play off of each other when they can make the right play, no matter the size. It's not the ball dominant guy that just says, hey, I'm going to run this offense, hold, and now everybody just watch me eat. Yeah. These guys are all just playing off each other.
So the cool thing about both of you guys these last 2 years is that I remember, when you got the 3rd pick in the draft and we were talking and you were like, bro, Mobley's our guy. If we was 1, 2, not Mobley's our guy. And you get him. And I was like, dude, I saw him play at USC. Like, I know him, blah, blah. I was like, he's good. I didn't know much about Cade Cunningham. I didn't know much about Jalen Green because they were in different he was in with Ignite. So I didn't really watch much of that. But I had watched Evan Mobley. And I was like, yo, he's a bad, bad, bad man. And then you get the number 1 pick. So you get your choice. Mm-hmm. And then you get Paulo. I want to know why they were your guys. Because I know you were talking – weeks before your pick, and we had those conversations. You're like, if Evan Mobley gets there, he ain't getting past us, right? Like you were that was your dude. And then obviously you guys had a choice. So I want to know, because both of these guys are like, they seem like they're once in a generation. And I'm not saying that the other guys that were drafted around them aren't, but like to sit here in front of 2 coaches that Evan Mobley was rookie of the year before Scotty Barnes and the injuries and all this stuff, like took it over. Scotty Barnes played great. Paulo, a lot of people have him as, rookie of the year, number 1 pick. So you guys had him. Why was Evan Mobley your guy? And then I want to hear why Paulo was your guy.
Like, you go back in the game, right? And us were 80s, 90s. Size and skill won, right? Evan Mobley is size and skill. Larry Markkinen is size and skill. Jared Allen is size and skill. Yeah. And that's what we believe in, is if our big guys have the skill to take advantage of smaller guys, like that's going to win in the end. Because at the end of the day, we all talk about threes, but the teams that dominate the paint are the teams that win the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've sold out completely
So true.
to trying to dominate the paint on the offensive end of the
And
floor
defensive end.
and the defensive end of the floor, which when you got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen and then Lowry Marketing cleaning it up,
Yeah,
like
Kevin
it's hard
taking
to score.
charges.
Right. Was it second in the league in
Sometimes.
charges?
Yeah,
It
taking
was
charges.
second in the league in
Disgusting
charges.
watching y'all
And then he
play.
can defensive rebound.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so all of our big guys help protect the paint. The teams that win protect the paint. It's that simple.
For us, it was the versatility.
Yeah.
You know, you look at, they said 1 through 3, those 3 could have been any which way.
Yeah.
And then you start to dissect it, and you look at what one guy's capable of doing, the body,
The physical.
the
Yeah.
physicality
Yeah,
that
big
he
boy.
had. And he didn't even show a lot of things that he was capable of doing while he was at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now you see him with the ball in his hands, the decision making. He hits people. He's strong. You don't even realize how
No,
strong
I
he is.
look at that. I look at that boy.
And then, you know, we talk about switchability, like JB saying. You can switch, you know.
1 through 5
Mobley's
with him.
out there
Yeah.
switching. Markin is out there switching. You can do that. This big fella's out there switching, him and Wendell together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at situations like that. That was a lot of the sell. Like, there's a skill set more than just, you know, just the body type, but, you know, his decision making, switchability, shot making, all those things come into play.
What is the pressure like when you have top for you, number one? You're talking about Mobley, number 3. What is the pressure like as a head coach in developing the early draft picks?
You know, I really just, the way our team is shaped up, it more along the lines of just allowing them to be themselves with the group that we have. You know, because these young guys, a lot of them want to talk about generational.
Yeah.
They have to get in with this group first and how they buy in with the team. I was like, you saw all of our guys all
Yeah.
together. That's more important, right? The pressure is going to come in some ways. People are going to say they should do this and they should do that, but they got to get in that locker room first, because at some point we're going to say it doesn't matter what the outside world is saying. What are we doing in this locker room?
Yep.
So that alleviates the pressure for them. And as a coach, I just try to pour into them. We try to pour into them as much as possible, that they take ownership as much as possible, so it makes it easy on them.